Bones, I choose you. Get in there.
Here we go.
Both of you back him up. You get in your Wonder Woman spacecraft and take it for a ride, boss.
This is what we've been waiting for.
Bill,
Product Girl before?
thanks for being with us.
Right?
I'm not sure if you got to catch a lot of that conversation between Andrew Kara and the chairman also.
My
but
equation.
What
Pretty,
are
isn't she?
your what's your take on what this might mean, say, for Microsoft's efforts to buy a huge gaming company?
I mean, in general, what you heard in that interview was a mix of both determination, ambition, and realism. There's unmistakably a greater determination to look at large transactions, such as the deal announced yesterday, in greater detail and with a bit more skepticism. Large transactions involving tech and other sectors are going to get a closer look. That's an unmistakable commitment from the FTC and Department of Justice statement yesterday, and underscored by the chair's
Paul
comments.
Here,
at the same time, there's an acknowledgement about the constraints that you just mentioned.
Sites and
the agencies right now have a very significant
ways
number
to do
of matters
sites.
in action, in flight already. And it greatly limits how many more things you can add to the mix. Congress has been talking for 18 months about more money, but they haven't provided another dime yet. So until that happens, the execution of the broader program is harder to carry out. And you heard the answer, the chair's answer to Kara Swish's question.
Well, again,
how do you
from
approach
this
knowing that you don't have a whole lot of time?
Well, then something to it, like,
sense of urgency.
you will stretch this dude's volatility numbers way up.
And how successfully you can go after each one. So we heard the voice of both ambition, but also stark realism as well.
Now, Bill, we've been talking about Marguerite Vestager over in Europe for a long time. I think she first assumed office
there's
back in
safety terminal
2014.
regulations of certain diagrams. Now, I don't know if this is exactly the Ben Eater 3B, 1B lockdown math regulatory approach, but
the idea that the clock
doing
is running
anything
out on the
just to
regulators,
learn
somewhat unique.
this review.
And it's our perspective.
Am I looking
in many respects, the United States,
hot and low,
Washington, is not the
PCB
capital of
board,
the
forbidden
regulatory world
orders,
anymore.
but
It's Brussels.
using compositions
and
like
the vice president,
bonds,
Vice President
gold
Vestager
3
is a good
ions
example
in
of
medical
that. The Europeans
testing.
are charging ahead with the
Again, these
legislative
are
measures
a
that we're
bunch
still
of
talking
ways
about
that do
considering.
affect
The Digital
this.
Markets Act
Maybe
is
not
going
always
live
directly,
this
but
year.
there are
In
times
the United Kingdom, there's the
where they
consideration of the
certainly
Digital
will. And those
Markets Unit, which
times
could go
are
live
kind
this year or
of
next
different
year.
ways to index
Major foreign
S&P,
authorities, most
Dow
notably in
Jones,
Brussels,
Jamie Dimon,
are going ahead, and in some ways, we're
JP
still
Morgan's wish
relying
list,
on
Boot Barn
older
individually for the
technology
day,
that involves long-running,
right? The daily,
years-long
weekly,
litigation
monthlies,
of cases.
daily,
So in many respects,
tracking it,
we're following.
weekly,
And the longer it
or
takes to put a
bi-daily,
program
whatever
in
you're
place,
doing,
the more likely it is
out to
that
those
the
long
global
sets. Now let's
standards
take
to be
Excel
set are going to be
in
set by the
Word,
European
PowerPoint,
Union, not by
and
the United States.
and these three bad
Hey Bill,
pup,
it's
4,
Deirdre. When you were
5,
FTC chair, Chinese
6,
companies,
7,
they were growing quickly,
8,
largely
9,
unfettered by regulation
10
in their home
buttons, right,
country.
Tomcat?
And they were really becoming these national champions. Times have certainly changed, and they touched on this in the interview. Lena Khan said this morning that Beijing's
Now,
current
as far as me, there's
crackdown
certain
would make
languages
it more
that are
difficult
different.
for American tech
Going
giants
through
to
the
make this
tune.
argument that
It's
they need to be
0,
able
10s
to
on a
compete on the
timeline
global
of days
stage.
of
Do you
learning
think
it
that this is
first
an
set,
important
or
shift and one that will feature,
being
whether it be the
tasked
Microsoft deal and having to,
for
counter Tencent,
this is a
some of
human
the
body,
other companies having
one
to
way or
counter
another.
TikTok
Fixing
or
the
other big
autonomous
Chinese
robot
companies.
that does the check on this thing that has this thing autonomously go off and do, and Don the mechanic, and then outsourcing the manager, the crew, the need for rock.
Which is, why is this happening? And she mentioned that there's anxiety, I
Diesel,
think, in many
solar power,
countries
green this thing.
that the companies in question have become, in effect, surrogate governments, that they now perform the functions of states. I think those comments tend to be focused more on Facebook and Google in the
Again,
United
this is a
States.
serious conversation.
But
There's
it's
a video out there where I
unmistakable
was
in
like
China
plant training
that one of
too,
the
floor
concerns
managers
that the
training.
government had
We did this
is
site
that
up here in the
these
parking
companies
lot
were
with railroad
asserting a
cones, and I've
role
been
that the
doing
government
this forever.
traditionally has
And this is where
viewed
you
to be
will do
its
it
own.
anyways. Can I
So,
just get a watch
I think in the
on
background,
this, please, and start to go through this? I wonder why.
certainly in China, but in the United States
Right?
as
And then I
well,
could go through site to site on the
firms have
resume.
assumed, in
Where
effect,
are
a
they here?
public
Here's a few of
stature,
them I went
but
through,
without
7 of them.
public accountability. Notice how interesting it was when Kara asked the chair, are you saying that these companies are governments? She hesitated.
This is a
she
rock.
Said,
you know what's so hard about this?
That's a question
this
that
is the
deserves
job.
a larger conversation.
This is
but
separating all this is the difference in weights,
said, yes, I do,
inches, a little bit of artisan.
We heard
because,
the chair
again, this is going to go in a pallet to build somebody's hardscaping for a chimney, right? Not site the house builder.